Chapter 3: The Biosphere. In this project, I will talk about the biosphere.
The biosphere consists of all life on Earth and all parts of the Earth in which life exists, including land, water, and the atmosphere. Organisms in the biosphere interact with each other and with their surroundings or environment. Ecology is a scientific study of interactions among organisms and between organisms and physical environment. Ecologists ask many questions about organisms and their environments. Some ecologists focus on the ecology of individual organisms. A species is a group of similar organisms that can produce and breed fertile offspring. A population is a group of individuals that belong to the same species and live in the same area. An assemblage of different populations that live together in a defined area is called a community. All the organisms that live in a place together with their physical environment is known as an ecosystem. A biome is a group of ecosystems that share similar climates and typical organisms. Our entire planet, with all its organisms and physical environments, is known as the biosphere. Ecologists use the word environment to refer to all conditions or factors surrounding an organism. A biotic factor is any living part of the environment, such as an organism might interact, including animals, plants, etc. An abiotic factor is any non-living part of the environment, such as sunlight, heat, precipitation, soil, humidity, and so on. There are some ecological methods. Regardless of their tools, modern ecologists use three methods in their work: observation, experimentation, and modeling. Each of these approaches relies on scientific methodology to guide inquiry. Only algae, certain bacteria, and plants, like some of them that exist in the planet, can capture energy from sunlight or chemicals and convert it into forms that living cells can use. These organisms are called autotrophs. The prefix auto means by itself. The Greek word trophikos means to feed. That's why autotrophs are also called primary producers. Primary producers are the first producers of energy-rich compounds that are later used by other organisms. The best known and most common primary producers harness solar energy through the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis captures light energy and uses it to power chemical reactions that convert carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and energy-rich carbohydrates such as sugars and starches. There are some organisms that carry out a process called chemosynthesis. Chemosynthesis in which chemical energy is used to produce carbohydrates. Energy flows through an ecosystem in a one-way stream, from primary producers to various consumers. A food chain is a series of steps in which organisms transfer energy by eating and being eaten. In some aquatic food chains, primary producers are a mixture of floating algae called phytoplankton and attached algae. Ecological pyramids shows the relative amount of energy or matter contained within each trophic level in a given food chain or food web. Pyramids of energy show the relative amount of energy available at each trophic level of a food chain or a food web. The total amount of living tissue within a given trophic level is called its biomass. A pyramid of biomass illustrates the relative amount of living organic matter available at each trophic level in an ecosystem. A pyramid of numbers shows the relative number of individual organisms at each trophic level in an ecosystem.